Alright, investigating the Iron Throne. We're now fully in chapter 6. Does it say here at the Iron Throne? It doesn't say anything. And then it just reads me back what that thing read me before. Alright, let's drop a quick save here. Try to figure out who gets the next level up. Alright, 30, no, you're straight. So 1700, 3400, 14,000, 1600, 700 and change. Alright, so it's gonna be Corin next. Then Yeslik. Then me? No. Then Ayantis. Then me. Like, there's gonna be a ton of levels coming kind of all at once, but I'm up to level 7, right? I'm doing pretty well.
Blessing.
Alright, I have a book or something? The Book of Ancient Knowledge. We can't identify it, but I'm not sure that was gonna happen anyway. The Keeper of the Portal.
Hold, travelers! Before you will be allowed entrance, you must donate a tome of great value to our libraries.
We have the book you require. You have met the requirements to gain entry to our most holy library. It is fine to see the child of Gorion once again within these hallowed grounds. Please have your less civilized friend refrain from causing trouble. We are very strict with the letter of the law, as you well know, Saladis. Alright, return to Candlekeep. I have returned to Candlekeep. I must find Rieltar and expose his connection to recent events. I should head to the central keep right away. Duke Eltan has instructed me to return to Candlekeep. There I must find and investigate the leaders of the Iron Throne, potentially exposing their links to the bandit groups plaguing the area. The Duke has given me a book that should allow me to pass the Keeper of the Portal and re-enter my former home. This was not here before. I looked. There's nothing in the journal either. I can go through here. I can go out this way. Ah, Candlekeep. It's been a little bit since I've been here. Can I find, like, something good? Probably not. Are any of the tutors still out? Because apparently I missed one, because I didn't get the achievement for it. Felt like I did everything that was, like, available to me, but I guess not.
As you will. Yeah!
Alright, Temple of Ogma. That was a difficult fight last time, but I eventually pulled it out. I feel like I pulled it out the second to last time that I did it, but the confusion really does just do a nightmare on you.
Salutations. I am Catterley, a visitor of Candlekeep, like yourselves.
Pardon if I seem out of sorts, but the journey has been long and treacherous, and my labors age me so. May I inquire as to your name? I am certain I have seen your face before, but I cannot fully place it. I am Saladis, and I called this place home for many years. Saladis? Then I know you well, though you may be hard-pressed to remember. I was last here years ago and conferred with your foster father as you were off to chores. I am not much your senior, really. I am certain you tire of hearing it, and that Legion have told you the same, but Gorion was well known to me. His death has been mourned by many. I do not wish to dwell on his death. I have moved on with my life, though I cherish the memories. Not entirely true. His death is in the past and shall remain there. I am my own person and have my own concerns. Relatively true. I receive sympathy from many a person I have never met before. Who was he to receive such adulation? I'm going to go with that one. It's a good question. Hopefully I get more information. Simple request is all that it is. Simple respect is all that it is. Gorion did many good things for many people. When last I spoke with him, I was barely acquainted with his fellows myself, but those who harp do tend to keep to themselves their affiliations. He was a long-standing member from what I understand. Likely he said nothing to you because he wished your childhood to be as normal as possible. I suppose all parents wish this, whether the child is theirs or not. I have yet to meet anyone who made claim to achieving it, though. How do you wager you have fared? As well as can be expected, though I have learned much about myself that perhaps was better left unknown. Would that I had a gold coin for every person I have heard say such a thing. I'm sure your troubles vary greatly from my own experience, but we all have trials we must overcome. We all have a side that should not see the light of day too often. What matters is how much strength you wish to let it have. Bah, such words are better saved for classes and meditations, not for reunions. I will take my leave, though perhaps I shall see you again before I am to go. The tomes of Candlekeep are very nearly endless, and I am sure to be here for a 10-day at least. There are some within the central keep who wish to speak with you, so it would be wise of you to visit there sometime. Farewell, my friend. Alright, so we met Catterley. We met an old friend of Gorian's today. Catterley was his name, and he recognized me from his previous visits to Candlekeep. He did not appear to be much older than I am, but he seemed possessed of an understanding that defies his years. I wish I had the time to speak with him further. Yeah, he just kind of walked off there. All right, let's head inside.
With helms
I never
blessed.
did kind of make it in here.
Something on your mind?
Uh-oh. Saladus, my child, look at you. Your face has gained some new lines since the day when I tutored you. I'm gonna say that I can still trust him. Karen, you speak true, but it's not your fault. You prepared me as well as you could for what lay beyond these walls. I just pray that I am prepared for what I shall find within them, now that I have returned. Why, what is wrong here? Shall I tell the Watchers? The Watchers are no more use than a bundle of sticks. Please just tell me if you have seen anything strange in the library this past while. Yes, call the Watchers, but first tell me if you've seen anything strange about the library today. Strange? Why, yes. That is just the word I would have used for that Taveras fellow. He was right here beside me, taking Alando's prophecies from their place on the shelf and reading them. I could hear his voice, recognize the seer's words upon his quiet breath. But when I turned to steal a glance at him from the corner of my eye, it was the strangest thing. Strangest thing. His eyes were closed, and he was reciting page after page, as if from memory. He heard your footsteps, it seemed, and wandered off. I was just returning the prophecies to the rightful place here. It might be wise to take a look if this Taveras is dangerous, though. I'm afraid I'm too old and bookish to be more than a hindrance. Forgive me, but I must leave you now. Alright, so there's somebody here. Return to Candlekeep. According to my old tutor Karen, a visitor named Taveras has demonstrated far more than passing familiarity with the prophecies of Alando the Seer. Perhaps I should refresh my own memories of the prophecies. Afterward, I would like to question this Taveras. Alright. Just a reader. I assume that, once again, if they don't have names, they're not worth my time.
These walls contain the world's knowledge.
Thanks, Theodon. Well, dip me in broth and call me stewed if it isn't little Saladus. Why, I haven't seen you for nearly, quite some time, anyway. Hello, Theodon. How have you been? Still remember you running about the keep in your little swaddling clothes, pestering the elders and spooking the cows. Ain't that right, Jessup? Surely was. Yep, of course. You never did stay in those rags of yours long. Yes, I remember, but how have you been? You'd be naked as a jaybird the moment someone turned their back on you. I remember the day that fella Blackstaff came floating in, and there you were, tearing around the outer keep with Gorian hot on your trail. Took the cloak right off his back, you did, and made yourself just the cutest little... Yes, I remember. Could we drop it, please? How have you been? Wait, I remember it all now. There was Kelvin Blackstaff trying his hardest to look important while you ran through the stables with his cape tied around your waist. Such a lark, eh, Jessup? I thought I'd catch my death from laughing, I did. You and me both. Ryan was shaking like a leaf. He was so mad. As far as this has been, I really should be going. Nobody was sure what to do, but then Kelvin mutters some words and catches you by the scruff of the neck with some sort of spectral hand. He hauls you out and drops you right in front of him, grabbing his filthy cape in the process. Everyone was scared they were, weren't they, Jessup? Sure enough, scared witless. Yep, and then old Kelvin busts out in the biggest laugh you ever heard. Everyone in the keep was laughing like mad, except you, Saladis. You stood there naked as the day you were born, and wondering what the fuss was about. I tell you, those were the days. Yes, I think I'll be going now. Oh, certainly, little one. Stop by any old time, though. I've got some paintings of you as a youngster. I'm sure your little friends would love to see. Remember the one of Saladis on the bearskin rug, Jessup? Surely do, in the buff as usual. Cute as a bug, you were. Go play with your friends now. Go on. Try to keep your clothes on. Now, lots of books in here. How you doing, Jessup?
Our library is a man's harem of knowledge.
Not the voice I pictured him with. Oh, hello, young one. I trust you are keeping out of trouble. Of course you are. Run along and play with your little friends now. When people knew you as a kid, they never really are willing to see you as an adult. It sucks. It happens, though. Let's drop another save. I'm not anticipating too difficult of a fight here. Then again, the last fight I was in was pretty difficult, but only because of that one confusion spell. And as soon as it wasn't cast, I was good. Anything going on back here? Not really. Alright, so. Up the stairs. Oh, I see. It like goes up. Okay.
Our library is a man's harem of knowledge.
You probably shouldn't refer to a library as a harem. Just throwing that out there. Hello, Saladis. It is good to see you here once again. A pity you could not have returned during a more restful time. Why? What is going on that would cause you such stress? Oh, it's nothing, I am sure. It's just that, well, things just seem a little strange around here. Those decidedly unmerchant-like merchants, for one, and some of our own monks are acting odd as well. One fellow in particular. And who is that? Well, there is this fellow named Taveras. I assume he is a visiting sage of some sort, but he seems more interested in our guests than the tomes. He makes me nervous. I think he's had the same effect on others as well. Young Shistel has been out of sorts for days now. He is not as thick-skinned as I. You remember how nervous he used to be? He's quite the opposite now. Seems like a totally different person. I worry about him. I should go. It's been nice speaking with you. Alright. My old friend Ben Dallas has noticed something peculiar about recent visitors to Candlekeep. In particular, he noticed unmerchant-like merchants and a sage named Taveras who arrived at about the same time. So the shapeshifters are indeed everywhere. Taveras is over there. I saw him. He was right there. Let's get in proper position here.
You need something, stranger?
I thought I might find you somewhere around here. Allow me to introduce myself. Please do. My name is Taveras. I used to work for your father running messages to his Harper friends in Waterdeep. Before he passed on, he entrusted this ring to me and asked that I give it to you should evil ever befall him. Will you take it? And what evil befell him, Taveras? Well, evil befell him, all right, but I want nothing of your baubles. Let's say that. I want nothing of your baubles. Now we'll be more accusatorial. And what evil befell him, Taveras? You were there. You saw it all. A woman, an armored figure, 2 ogres wielding clubs, and 2 archers. But Gorion's petty magic was of little use against them, was it not? And you fled with your tail between your legs, hiding amidst the trees until dawn broke. And now it comes full circle, doesn't it? The Iron Throne so close that you can almost touch them and wreak your revenge for that night? You're right, Taveras. I was there. Myself, my father, and 6 others who tried to kill us. Where were you, if you know so much? If you be so void of trust, I am surprised you have made it this far. It is of little matter. Go seek your vengeance or your doom at the hand of the Iron Throne. I wash my hands of it. Wait, what? Hold on. We're trying this again.
As you will.
We're like... I thought he was going to be a shapeshifter.
Our library is a man's harem of knowledge.
For sure. All right, so let's go through this. Right, let's go through this again. You still going? Who would that be? Right, Taveras. We get that. Let's talk to him again.
With Helm's blessing.
You need something, stranger?
All right. Introduce yourself. What evil befell him? Give me that ring and let me find my vengeance. Let's try it. Wear it with your father's pride about you, then. Before you go, listen to me well. The leaders of the Iron Throne are here in the keep even as we speak. They're at their weakest and most unprotected. If you ever hope to kill them, now's the time. Now go, the Iron Throne awaits you. Alright, we got an item. Was it say, Taveras surprised me by suggesting I kill the leaders of the Iron Throne while they're here at Candlekeep. I don't know whether that's the right course, but it certainly would be convenient. What ring did he give me? Taveras' Ring of Protection +1, Ring of the Princes. This ring and several of its type were originally crafted to protect the sons of King Castor de Wes, although who uttered the enchantment is unknown. History records that the rings remained within that family for at least 13 generations, though they were all apparently lost within the space of one. Enmity between the king and the family of the creator may be to blame. So it's your basic Ring of Protection +1. I feel like it's cursed though, right? So I'm gonna quick save here, since that seemed to work out for me, even though I figured it wasn't going to.
The Lord of Murder shall perish, but in his doom he shall spawn a score of mortal progeny. Chaos will be sown from their passage, so saith the wise Alondo.
Saladus, you look distressed. What is it, child? There's trouble here, Chanter. You must help me. You're right, I have felt it too. Pray tell me how this aging frame can help you. He doesn't sound old at all. As Chanter, you know the history of this keep better than any other. I have grown up here, I have played within its walls, and there were many places I was never allowed to go. I'm old now and I will go where I must, but please, are there any places in this keep of which I was never told? Let's try that. But what right have you to ask that, child? I'm not a child anymore, Chanter. This entire keep is in danger, even its most secret and sacred places. Please, Chanter, Gorion would have had it so. I'm growing old and the young are not so young anymore, nor the carefree so carefree. Alondo the Seer, the one who founded this fortress of knowledge and whose prophecies I chant each day, he is entombed deep in the bowels of this place. I tell you this, Saladus, because you're right. It is time you knew. But I beg of you, in Gorion's name, do not venture into those trapped and warded halls unless some higher power than myself bids you go. Your stepfather would never forgive me for your loss. Now, I must go now, Saladus. It is time to chant the seer's prophecies as I always have. All right. Candlekeep holds many secrets, but I have discovered one of them at last. The chanter says crypts lie beneath the keep, holding the remains of Alondo the Seer, and who knows who else. Fortunately, the chanter could tell me nothing of the dangers in the crypts, instead imploring me not to enter them. You know I'm gonna go. Like, it's only a matter of time before I go. Alright. Everybody else gonna leave me alone? Oh, how deep does this go? Apparently right there. And nothing over here. All right, let's head back. Let's head up further.
With Helm's blessing.
Nobody coming to get me here. There's still further up to go, though. Doesn't look like there's much going on this floor. There's somebody. My dear sir, you must realize that it is manners that make the gentleman. Would you kindly prove that you are one by leaving? It's Rialtar. The right people can afford to be rude, but this is not you. Leave now before my trade companions, my irate companion, I don't know why it looked like trade to me. My irate companion Brunos lets his temper get ahead of his reason. Your leaders of the Iron Throne were the ones who've caused you so much trouble the past weeks. We know what you're all about, and soon so will Duke Eltan. The bastards behind all the trouble from here to Baldur's Gate. Now that we know where you... Now we have you where we want you, don't think we're going to let you live. Fine, we'll be on our way. No. We'll know what you're all about, and soon so will Duke Eltan. And you're stupid enough to admit this? Well, my young friend, you may find safety within the library, but once you've left, there will be no place for you to run. Taveras told us You were all but undefended here at the keep. We could kill you and probably get away with this. Taveras, who is Taveras? Of course. It seems that I taught my son all too well. Well, my young pups, you've been set up to be used as dupes. Taveras does not want what's best for you, but rather what's best for him. Well, you should stop this foolish prattle about doing battle and get out of our conference room. We intend to kill you. You know what? Let's say no. We'll leave, but don't think that this is over. That's fine, little ones. I'm sure we can expect to see you in the future, if not in person, then at least your heads. Alright, so Candlekeep holds many secrets, but I've discovered... Right, nothing new. Even though they said journal was updated. I feel like I need to find out more here, because I don't think I'm to trust Taveras. They specifically told me that he was doing sketchy stuff around here, and normally they don't tell me that kind of stuff unless he's the bad guy. You know what I mean? Let's talk to him some more.
Your arrogance is most distasteful. Out of my way, lest you want a rib roasting.
What do you think you're doing here, you cork-braided louts? Get out of here, or I'll get me boys to rib roast you, but good.
We are being spied upon.
Not to insult your demeanor on our first meeting, but I've met more considerate creatures than the darkest of dungeons. You had best have a good explanation for this intrusion. We were assured that these rooms were to be private. This is a long way to come for privacy. What might you be talking about here today that's so sensitive? Likely you're just compensating for a lonely childhood, but now is not the time to go seeking attention. Leave us be. Anything from you?
The Iron Throne demands much. Perhaps more than the Knights of the Shield can give.
If you're just about done poking about this private room, please don't hesitate to get bloody hell out. Yeah, my utmost apologies. I simply wish to know the topic of your meeting. If the topic of our meeting was open to the public, we'd have posted it on the door. And even then, you wouldn't have had to come in the room. There's no fighting allowed in the keep. But so help me, if you don't leave, my next warning will be delivered on the edge of a blade.